Welcome guys to using precomps to reveal layers. It doesn't have to be, text layers. It could be any kind of layers. This is a method that is very easy to use if you have very many layers, but it's not as sophisticated as the maths. Yet, if you push in, you put more work, you can make it really quite sophisticated. Let's take an example to explain to you why we are going to use the precomps. Let's imagine you have here 4 layers. You notice these are 4 text layers here. And you want to bring them in just from here, this, okay, not on the border of the composition, just from here. And you want to bring them one at a time. Now, if you are going to use track maths and animate the layers or even animate the tracks, you need 4 tracks and it's going to be very complicated. Well, there is a better way, is to create a pre-composition. What's a pre-composition? Actually, it's a composition that you can use within another composition, as simple as this. But by the fact you're creating it from initial layers that already exist, it's called a pre-comp. Otherwise, it's just a composition. So let's see how you can create a composition. It's very easy. You select the layers that you want to move into the new composition or the pre-composition. And as simple as this, you create on one of them and you go pre-compose. That's the simplicity of it. Okay, and I will click pre-compose. Now the pre-compose panel opens. The new composition name. Now you're creating a new composition, so you need to give it a name. Let's give it title. Okay, that's the name of our pre-comp. Now you have several options here. One of them, which is shaded out, leave all attributes in precomps. Attributes are the animations, the effects, and stories like this that you apply to the layers. We have none. We didn't even create an animation yet. Or you can move all attributes in the new composition. Still, we have none, but it's okay. Now you have an important setting here. Adjust composition duration to the time span of the selected layers. Now notice the selected layers here are 10 seconds. I could have them for 3 seconds. So the time span of the composition will be 3 seconds. That's provided they are all 3 seconds. If one of them is 5, the time span will be 5. And you want to open the new composition. Most of the time, yes, you want to open it and start working on it. You click OK. A new composition has been created. You notice here it is titled. Inside this composition, all the selected layers has been listed over here exactly the way you had them in the mother composition, if you like, or the initial composition. That's one. Then if you right click and go to composition settings, you will notice that all the settings of this composition title have been inherited from its initial composition precomps, or the mommy composition, if you like. So you have exactly the same settings here as the initial composition. Okay. Furthermore, if you go to the precomps here, you notice that the selected layers have been removed and they have been replaced with a composition layer. This is a composition layer. You can have track maths, you can have FX, anything. It's just a layer now that you can manipulate the way you would like. Now notice the size of the layer here is pretty big. I'm gonna move it. You notice it's pretty big here. It has the size of our initial composition here, of course. Before we start creating any animation here, we need to adjust this composition. We don't need it all. And I will do that in the next lecture because it's an important method and I would like to put it aside for you as a reference or for the students who wants to see this method only. I will see you in the next lecture.